This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. I want to talk about Mikey Garcia sitting here, and now he's working with Victor Conte with Snack. Are you serious? Right there, that shows you all this stuff about, oh, I see something, that I'm going to exploit against Errol Spence. Oh, all of a sudden I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to expose him. That was all nonsense, man. I tried to tell you guys, man, since last year, 4 months ago, over 4 months ago when I did my last upload. What did I tell you guys? Errol Spence is a body snatcher, man. This man is going to be in top shape. When he goes up against Mikey Garcia, he's going to dismantle that boy. That boy's going to understand there's weight classes for a reason. I know there's a lot of people out here that want to sit here and they want to say, oh, well, Mikey Garcia sees something. Oh, he wouldn't have took the fight if he didn't. And people want to make it into this stupid racial thing. That's not what it's about, man. Boxing is about, if you're a true connoisseur of the sport, it's about looking at, what both fighters can do. And see, the thing is, a lot of people underrate Errol Spence. They think Errol Spence is this guy that's just going to sit here and go straight to your body. The man has boxing IQ, man. And I keep telling people that when he fights against Mikey Garcia, and if Mikey Garcia is everything everybody says he is, technically sounded and all this other rubbish and this nonsense, then that means he's going to bring the best of Errol Spence out. And if I know Errol Spence to be the fighter that I know he is, Errol Spence is not going to look past Mikey Garcia. He's going to train his hardest. He's going to go into that fight and he's going to be in the best shape that he's possibly ever been so that he can inflict the most possible punishment on Mikey Garcia. Once he's done with Mikey Garcia, we're not even going to be able to recognize Mikey Garcia in that fight. And I keep telling everyone, all you got to do is just go ask Lamont Peterson, man, and go ask all of these other fighters, Ocampo. When Errol Spence hits you, man, and he gives you that relentless pursuit of punishment to your head and to your body, he leaves you with trauma, man. Not only with brain trauma, man, but this guy has you pissing blood. This is why I call him the ultimate body snatcher. And he got that dog in him, man. It's that dog that somebody like the motivational speaker Eric Thomas talks about. I got that dog. This man goes 120 on you. Not 100%, but 120%. And Mikey Garcia is going to feel every bit of that 120% of relentlessness. The thing with Errol Spence is his gas, man. He doesn't get tired. This is why I don't feel Mikey Garcia can handle that onslaught. This is why they call, and you've heard me call Errol Spence Thanos, man. The Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, man. That boy, when he brings that heat to you, man, he's bringing you, like my motto, he's bringing you that heat and he's bringing you that fire, man, because he's coming at you and there's nothing you can do. And the problem is, the only time that I think that you can really give Errol Spence problems is if you have the tool or the skill set of a Terrence Crawford or a Floyd Mayweather, but you can do that for 12 rounds. I mean, you have to be able to have that onslaught for 12 rounds to where you can box off of your foot, man. You can be able to pivot off of your foot. You can be able to do a lot of left check hooks, because the thing with Errol Spence is you're going to have to pivot him. See, if you want to see something against Errol Spence, there are two things that you got to do. You got to be able to box off of your foot. You got to be able to do a lot of good left check hooks, because one thing I noticed with Errol Spence, as great as I like him to be, that if there's one weakness is Errol Spence can get hit on the head. I've seen it before in fights before. So if that's the thing that Mikey Garcia sees, I see it as well too. The problem is Mikey Garcia is not big enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Terrence Crawford would give Errol Spence problems because he has the skill set and he has the weight. Because when he's not boxing, I've seen Terrence Crawford go up into the 160s and possibly the 170s. I've seen him go up that high. So with that being said, I believe he has the strength and he has the size to give Errol Spence problems and to be able to box up Errol Spence, because Terrence Crawford can go orthodox, and he can go southpaw. Plus, Terrence Crawford can box, man. I mean, he can box 100 times better than Mikey Garcia. It's not Floyd Mayweather level boxing like Mayweather about 5-10 years ago, but it's great enough to where it can pose problems for Errol Spence. So much to the point where his boxing skills are even better than Kell Brooks. And that's why I could see why a lot of people are saying Terrence Crawford, even though I think Errol Spence will slightly win that fight, Terrence Crawford, I could see why people are saying Terrence Crawford will give the likes of an Errol Spence problems because of his boxing ability. Mikey Garcia does not have those boxing abilities that a Terrence Crawford had. Plus, he doesn't have the athletic ability that Terrence Crawford has. Because if you're going to fight against the likes of an Errol Spence, you got to be not only in tip-top shape, you have to have athletic ability. This is how you're going to be able to give the likes of an Errol Spence problem, because you got to be able to keep up with him. And I don't feel Mikey Garcia is going to do that. And the fact that Mikey Garcia is working with Victor Conte, it speaks volumes as to how terribly conditioned he was before and why now he's going to be cheating. He's going to be doing artificial stuff. He's going to have artificial stuff into his system to try to give him an unfair advantage. Now, people want to sit here and talk about Errol Spence cheating. No, Errol Spence is just a big dude. He's an extremely big welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He's big for the class. And people want to say he's cheating because of that. Kell Brook was an extremely big welterweight. This is why that fight lasted as long as it did, because they were probably the two biggest welterweights, when they fought. And that's why Kell Brook was able to give him problems. But Mikey Garcia is not that, man. He's a 135 pounder, man. He's not even a 140. And he's going up 2 weight classes to fight a 147 pounder. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, it's just his common sense. I get it out there, man. There's people that, say Mikey Garcia, man, his balls is like King Kong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give him credit. Yeah, I give him credit for stepping up and taking the challenge. But I also say, man, it's just ridiculous, man. How much does this man value his life? Because there's taking challenges. You know what I'm saying? Because I pride myself on being the most competitive dude out there. So I understand competition. I understand having a competitive nature. I know what that's all about. I know the full magnitude of that. But my thing is, you gotta be realistic, man, because I'm also a person that resides in the realm of reality. And you gotta know your limits. And I don't think Mikey Garcia knows his limits. And he's gonna learn in that fight against Errol Spence. When Errol Spence comes in there with that 8-pack, and he comes in there lean and trim, and he comes in shape, he's not coming in shape like that with all of that athletic ability and all of that pursuit of relentlessness against Mikey Garcia, not only just to be a body snatcher, he's coming to prove a point. I'm not going to be surprised, and this is my prediction, if that fight doesn't go no more than 5 rounds. Because I feel that Errol Spence is going to do enough combination-wise, upstairs and downstairs, and then a repeat of downstairs again, and then right back upstairs, to where he's going to wear out Mikey Garcia, to where if Mikey Garcia is not put on a stretcher and sent out of the boxing ring, I don't know what's going to happen. But what else is going to happen? This is what I'm feeling, man. I feel he's going to get put on a stretcher and he's going to have to be taken out because he's not getting up, man. Once he gets knocked out, he's not getting up. And I'm not sitting here and I'm not wishing any ill will or any harm or anything of that magnitude for a fighter. I'm just saying that he is pretty much putting a check that his ass can't cash. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.